Hi everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Forgot my hearings. I was having a snooze. Yeah, oops, I'm back. Right, hi everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in, guys. Please, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section and do like the live stream as you come in. And let's get talking. Just waiting for that 1 minute countdown, and we shall get to this matter. All right. Like the live stream and share as a comment, please. Like and share as a comment. Like and share the live stream, guys. 7 seconds to go, and we shall commence. So that's that. If you can hear me, guys, do let me know. So I'm just going to get started. So, hi everyone. My name is Wemimo, and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. Hi, Cindy Emmanuel. How are you? How is the Independence Day going with you? So I'm sure you guys know the people who are on the thumbnail, and if you don't know them, I'm going to do a quick, just a quick introduction. Okay, so we've got Fred Amata. Fred Amata is one of the Nollywood legendary. Like, you can't talk about Nollywood in Nigeria without talking about Fred Amata. And his ex-wife is I'm very well, thank you, Cindy. And his ex-wife is Agatha Amata. So they were married, and they were obviously then, you know, they were the perfect best couple then, because if you see them in Nollywood, you'll be like, oh wow, they are so good together. Hello Vivi, how are you? Good evening. So I just want to read a story first from Agatha, and it was an interview she had with Jude Ojonwe or something here on YouTube. So she had that interview with Jude sometimes last year. Let me see if I can find that story. Okay, so Agatha and Fred Amata, they are divorced. They divorced a few years ago. Let me let the article load, and then I'll read that story to you, and then we will dive into what Fred Amata has come to say about his wife. Cindy Cell, please make me beautiful like you. I've not seen you, man, Cindy, but I'm sure you're gonna be a beautiful person as well. I am sure you're a beautiful lady, because those of you that you are behind the camera, you are all beautiful. Like my hubby now. Hi, hubby, how are you? So I'm just waiting for that story to load. So this interview was granted by Jide Chud here on YouTube. So he interviewed Agatha, and Agatha just kind of like explained their divorce and what people were saying. So there's a lot we're going to be discussing tonight, okay? And this evening, once we start talking about this case, I'm not here to judge anybody. It's just for us to learn, okay? Because so far, after Fred came out, Agatha has not come out to say this is what happened, because their daughter just got married last weekend there. So we're going to get that. But I want to read this interview that Agatha did with Jude here on YouTube, and it was done in 2022. So here it says, how divorcing Fred Amata affected me, our children, Agatha. In quote, there's no way they would mention Fred Amata that they won't mention Agatha Amata, because I have two children for him and I married him. 17 years after her marriage to actor Fred Amata ended, media entrepreneur and talk host show Agatha Amata, and you all know Agatha Amata is the talk show host in the Inside Out. I used to watch that Inside Out show, but I don't know, for some reason I fell off the way and I stopped watching it. I used to watch it a lot. Okay, so Miss Amata, the CEO of Rave TV Lagos and Trend FM 100.1 Asaba, divorced Fred Amata, the actor, in 2005. So they got divorced in 2005. Okay, they have two children, Oreva and Stephanie. 3 years after their divorce, her ex-husband welcomed a daughter, Zeno. So Fred moved on and had a child with actress and ex-beauty queen Ibinabo Fibresima in London. So Ibinabo Fibresima is in the line of the Regina Askia and all of these Nollywood actresses. You know, they used to do movies together. The likes of Genevieve Inaji, you know, all of them like that. That was the kind of like age rate or set of when they used to make movies together. So Miss Amata became famous for her talk show Inside Out with Agatha. I just mentioned that show there, and it's still running, which is said to be the longest running television talk show in Nigeria, airing for over 20 years. In an interview with Jude Gideonwo on the show Hashtag with Jude, Miss Amata opened up about single motherhood and how she handled the divorce, among other issues. So people are like, oh, hopefully they will get back together. Hopefully they will get back together, but that was never to be. But that was not meant to be. Okay. Miss Amata stated that to date, some people still wish that she reunited with her ex-husband. She said people asked her to get back together with the veteran actor and forsake some of, I mean, for the sake of her children. In quotes, some people still say that they pray Fred and I get back together. I meet these people every day. In quotes, I know that everybody wishes you well, but I always say to people, you can't expect me better than what I want myself. So if on my wedding day, as I was dancing and rejoicing, I certainly had no plans to leave the marriage. That is the same with every woman that is married today. And every woman that is divorced today, none of them go into a marriage with the hope that they're going to be divorcing. Hi Dash, how are you? So Mr. Mata continued. A graduate of botany from the University of Jos also said that nobody in their right minds get married with the hopes of getting a divorce. I always say this on my channel, okay? In quotes, she continues, let me say clearly, an unhappy home can never breed happy children. And I agree with that. She continued, in quote, it's not possible. If anything, it is going to injure those children and their outlook and their approach to marriage. The best you can do is for both of you to try and to remain friends, as difficult as it may be, which is what I tried to do. She said, yes, I believe in parenting, like, easy, cool parenting. If the father wants the child for the weekend, let him do so. If the mother wants the child for the weekend, come to an amicable agreement and co-parent in peace. And for the fact that you are co-parent does not mean that each of you can move on, maybe start another relationship. Both of you can do that. But in majority of cases, I've always said this, and some of you might not agree with me, men finds it really easy to move on than women, because at the end of the day, women, we are mother hen, we go everywhere with the children. But men, if the woman has the children, the man is free to gallivant everywhere. That's my opinion. Yours might be different from it. Okay. So Amata's ex-wife says, acknowledging that the marriage didn't work, the CEO, who retained her ex-husband's surname, so she still bears Amata, okay, said she would not beat herself about it for the rest of her life. I had to acknowledge that there's no way they would mention Fred Amata, that they won't say Agatha Amata, because I have two children for him and I married him. In quotes, Amata's ex-wife, which is Agatha, that's the introduction. It doesn't matter what. I'm sure that even if I remarry and they want to introduce me, they will say the former wife of, just as they say, just as they call what's this lady's name? Momodu. What's her name? Sophie Momodu, Davido's baby mama. For the fact that there's a child between them, she will forever be referred to that. Hi, Hadebimpe, how are you? Well, I love your way. It fits like a glue. Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy Independence Day. And it's my marriage anniversary again as well today. Yeah. So Miss Amata, who grew up partly in Kano, said she has come to embrace it, acknowledging it and work with it. She went on to speak about single motherhood. Speaking on the show, the 53-year-old media entrepreneur revealed that she put certain aspects of her life on hold to focus on raising her children. She said she had no friends as everything about her life became about her children. She also said, in quote, I stopped everything and focused on my children. If you look around, even my office, their bed was there. In quotes, even when I send them abroad to study, every month I was in their school. If they had parents' day, I was there. They had anything they had to do, and I was there. So that was that interview granted by Amata last year. Brianna Buomas, hi, your content is absolute fire today. I'm hooked. You never fail to bring the good. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Make sure you're subscribed. And by the way, guys, we hit 12,000. We are now sitting at 12,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I was just on a live stream earlier on, and I was like, oh, let's take this to 12,000. That we're just a hundred and something away. And before I came off that live stream, we were at 12,000 subscribers. So that's a massive, that's a massive achievement there, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you, Brian. So let's now go to what Fred Amata has to say. So, like I said, their daughter got married over the weekend. And if you are Igbo in this house, hands up, because all of these questions, all of these things that we're going to be reading, I'm going to be, throwing it at all the Igbos in this house. So let me go through to the beginning. So Fred Amata's daughter got married over the weekend there, and Agatha walked their daughter, or Stephanie. No, I think Stephanie is their daughter's name. The mother walked their daughter down the aisle. Thanks, Harvey. Thank you so much. We all know ever since I've been in this world, I've never seen a woman walked down their own daughter down the aisle on their wedding day. I've never seen it. And I was watching Daddy Freeze's live yesterday. Daddy Freeze said all of these things that we do, it was somebody that started it. Hi, Chika, how are you? There was somebody that started the norm of a father asked to walk down the daughter. Hello, Zeno. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because I wanted to do this live stream yesterday, but I needed to hear Daddy Freeze, because obviously Daddy Freeze has been through the stage of divorce and is remarried, and his new wife is also going through a case of long-term divorce case. Okay, so I was like, no, I'm going to delay this live stream till I hear from him. And I quite agree with a few of the things he said yesterday, but a few of the things I did not agree, we're going to be touching up on that as well. So, like I said, since since I've started, since I'm a grown ass lady now, I've never seen a wedding where the mother or a woman had to walk a daughter down the aisle on a wedding day. It has always been a man. If the father was not alive, it would be some sort of male relative, or maybe the bride's brother or somebody. It had to be a male, right? So let's read what Fred had to say. So Fred is the father of um Agatha's daughter that got married over the weekend, and she looks beautiful, and she got married to a white guy. So let's read it. The story is quite long, so guys, you have to bear with me. Abby said, I've seen it in Nigerian where the dad is either late or not in their lives. Yes, but Abby, if the father is not there, there will have to be a male representative in the family. It will have to be either an uncle or a brother, or even it has to be a male. I've never seen a female. I've never seen a female. Vivi said, I fully agree with DF. Tradition culture can be done away with depending on circumstances. All right, okay. Trans then transit. Oh God, oh, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Transcendental agitation. Hi there, welcome. Oh, you're from Netherlands. Oh ho ho, how's Netherlands? And thanks for joining this live stream. So let me read what Fred Amata has got to say. Okay, it's a very long read, but I want you guys to take your notes of all I'm going to be reading, because there's a few things that I've still got in my head and which I'm going to be touching on. And actually, I just remembered one of the things that the free said yesterday, and let me quickly jot it down so I don't forget it. I'm just writing it out so I don't forget it, okay? So Hi, Abel. You said you are from Kerala. Whereabouts is Kerala? So let me start with the story. So this post was written by Fred Amata and posted on the 26th of September at exactly 13 minutes past 3, 13 minutes past 11 p.m., just before midnight. So it started with the good wife. For over 20 years, I kept silent, desisted from any comments on my failed marriage, allowing the, in quotes, good wife, hoping the wounds will heal and a reconciliation possible. But for 20 years, in quotes, so anytime I mention the good wife, please know that it's written in quotes, okay? But for the 20 years, the good wife pounded me, rubbished my reputation, belittling my achievements, exploiting my name for her selfish benefits. It was over 25 years ago that I came up with the unique idea of Inside Out with Agatha. Abby said people allow their moms to do it often to pay homage for all her hard work, either as a single mom or widow. It's more common than you think. Oh, I've never seen it to Abby, but yeah, it's good that we are learning every day. Thanks for that, Abby. So it continued. It was over 25 years ago that I came up with the unique idea of Inside Out with Agatha, a talk show with six informed and opposing points of view represented by a person with oratorial skills. Now male, now female. We had gone to see a talk show by Regina Askia, and Agatha wanted to be a talk show host. Elizabeth Bright, your hair looks good. You look. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I really appreciate it, guys. Please like this live stream. There's 18 of you watching me. Please kindly like this. And guys, I know a lot of you are watching, so please like this live stream. And Agatha wanted to be a talk show host. I told her not to worry. In quotes, I will come up with something. It will make you be like Oprah Winfrey. Close invited comma, whatever. And I did ingeniously. I was a dedicated creator, throwing in flesh, blood, and sweat to create and deliver a concept that had never before been done in Nigeria, save for a similar, perhaps less engaging 6 episodes of a program called Me to You. And I remember that clearly was RMD and his wife, his late wife, that did that. Yeah. Or something like that by the late May Ellen Ezekiel, who was married to RMD. A program that could stand the test of time and put bread on the table of the young marriage. A program so versatile, it is still relevant today. Yes, it is still relevant today. Inside Out with Agatha was an instant hit. The genius of the angle, the production values, the directional approach, the lighting and production design were so engaging. It was irresistible. I was at the height of my directorial endeavors, and I gathered a production crew of the best technical hands in what is now early Nollywood and TV soaps were the biggest things because we dared to stand out. From the emerging crowd of Nollywood directors, Kingsley Okgoro, my friend, brother, and nemesis, would lead a high. I co-opted Nollywood greats Zach Orji, Oke Bakassi, Sonny McDonald, Francis Okwoche, Emeka Osai, Zik Zulu Okafor, Francis Duru, Prince Jide Kosoko, and numerous friends who looked up to me. And I asked their support for the first episodes, and soon everybody who was anybody wanted to be part of Inside Out. Abby said, I dislike when ex-spouses do this. Exactly, Abby. That was what I said I didn't want to forget because Daddy Free said something about it yesterday. It's is it me that would have supported your wife's dream before? Exactly. So that was one of the things that of as part of what Daddy Freeze was discussing yesterday. And I was like, but I really do not agree with Daddy Freeze's take on it. Okay, so we're gonna get there, Abby. So in Yoruba, they will say on sidegun. And I don't know how to describe that. Adebikpe, can you find me an English word for Keyon sidegun? That is recounting the things you did for somebody, like as if you're recounting it because you're regretting it. I don't know if that is actually the translation in Yoruba. If you're a Yoruba person and you understand Keyon Siregun, you will know the actual meaning, deep meaning of it as a Yoruba person. I don't know how to translate it or to interpret it in English, but let's keep listening to just read up. So Agatha continues saying, Fred continues saying, um, I staked every resource, friends, favors, loyalties, family, extended family, wife, and links. I involved the cream de la cream of the big production studios: Tunde Kelani, Wale Fanu, Tade Ogidon, Tunde Oloyede, Pat Neighbor, Uzo Okpeche, Simi Okpeo, Oluwa Okpa Williams, Chiko Ejiro, and numerous others to ensure no failure of the program. I staked even my first attempt to be president of DGN. Don Pedro Baseki and Matthias Obahiagon will attest. Inside Out with Agatha became a runaway hit. It's so good I did not realize it threatened the fabric of the marriage. Abby said, as if it's not normal to make sacrifices. If she comes out now to say I won't sacrifice, everywhere we scatter. And that's why I said, you know what, we are not going to be bashing anybody, because so far it's only Fred that said something since that married pictures broke out on the internet. So, as a meeting of the two families, when a resolution was being sought to the marriage crisis, Inside Out was at the center of deliberations. It was agreed that if Inside Out could provide for the children, then we should let Agatha, the good wife, continue with it. After all, she was the marketing person, and Inside Out with Agatha became the cash cow of the good wife. It became a tool to malign me, became a weapon to steal my fame and rubbish my name. With the influence it wielded and the contacts and connections it gathered, the good wife soon built an empire with no emperor. She employed maligning my name to acquire favors and contracts. Inside Out is the source of all the good wife's wealth. That's deep. Zeno, that interview she did was 2005. Oh, no, it was in 2022. Yes, it was in 2022. So this is the first time Fred Amata is actually coming out to say anything at all. And if you remember in the first article I read, Agatha did not shame this man in any way. Half of what Fred has said in this thing, Agatha did not even mention 1% of what Fred has said so far in this write-up. She did not bash him in any way in that interview. And after this live stream, I'm going to link that article in the bottom description of this video. So whoever wants to read it should go read it, okay? So the good wife soon built an empire with no emperor. She employed, so I've already read that. So she said, Inside Out is the source of all the good wife's wealth, my genius, my sweat, my vision. And for 20 years, I swallowed it. My reputation, I'm losing touch with this really because it's so tiny. My reputation diminishing as a good wife's garnered momentum. So today, the good wife using my brainchild has become a billionaire. No credit to me, no compensation, no royalty. But the good wife is good. Let raising the children be my royalty. Buoyed by her own success without any recourse to the creator, the able Delta State born good wife has gathered a litany of resentment. She has registered a new company to own the program, discarding the company we set up together. She has sued for and gotten a divorce, and 20 years on, she still carries a bitterness and will still go to extremes to tarnish my image. But after 20 years, one would think she has had a feel of putting me down. Her resentment seems to be that I contested nothing, challenged nothing, not ownership, not even compensation. But know this, good wife, Agatha, all you have ever owned, all you will ever own is because of Inside Out, my brainchild, my intellectual property. That's deep. That's deep. It continued, yet to put a nail to a coffin, to bury me for being silent, taking no heed of the billions you have invested, carefree of your stupendous asset, the good wife with their tradition. Challenge, abomination, embrace taboo, stare Africa in the eyes to manipulate my daughter and her husband, to hoodwink the lovebirds and walk my daughter down the aisle, to give Stephanie away to a husband. I can't keep quiet anymore. It's time to speak up. This is an abomination. This is taboo. Nowhere in the world, nowhere in Africa, nowhere in Delta State and the land where we come from can a woman give away a child in marriage, especially where the father is alive, especially when the father is willing and able. Worse when the father is in the same city. What malice would drive a woman in an attempt to rubbish her ex to lead his daughter to marriage? What manipulation would warrant concealing the dates and time from a father who has already given his blessing, even if the daughter forgets when father and daughter are in the same city of London? Is it not the place of the good wife, good people of the world, netizens, well wishers, haters, and influencers? What options are left to this heartbroken father? How do you throw away the baby with the bathwater? Do you cast away the ones you will forever love? Because a good wife has been blinded by wealth and fury to jeopardize the father's blessings on his daughter. They came to me in London. Aaron brought drinks as caller to me, the father, as the pictures show. So there are pictures shown everywhere. What kind of good wife does a thing like this simply to make a man look bad? Wow, that was a long thing. So let me see if I can. So this is the picture of the newlyweds. That's their daughter Stephanie and her husband. Okay, that's Agatha with the daughter there. She has aged though. So that's the picture of all of them. You can see the couple. There's somebody else there, and obviously there's Fred. So that's Fred. That's Agatha in yellow. That's the husband to be. I don't know who the other guy in blue is. More pictures of Fred with the newlyweds. So from what I've read here, let me read comments and then we will continue. Okay. So Dash said is all right, no worries. Thanks for attending anyway. Thank you so much. So Vivi was replying Abby saying, I fully agree. Both parents make great sacrifices in any marriage. Recounting his sacrifices in the marriage makes him sound like a horrible person that has entitlement issues. Okay. Zeno said, okay, I was trying to understand. Abby said, exactly, Vivi. Men don't like it when women are able to move on and thrive. And that just reminded me, I'm going to do another live stream, which is going to be that. Why is it that when women divorce, they start living a better life? They know they flourish, they look radiant. Look at in the example of Mayol Edoche. After she left Yol, look at how glowing, look at how rich she has become. I think that will be another live stream I'm going to schedule for another day. So let's keep reading comments. So Abby said, but there's a possibility she talks about him to people since they are in the same industry. It will get back to him, affect his job, etc. Zeno said, okay, that's a lot to say about a person you once loved. Exactly, Zeno. That was why I said, just like Bobrisky, this is deep, oh, this is deep. How do we talk about this? It is deep, okay? Vivi also said, I know at Abby, it sounds so entitled as if Agatha did nothing towards the success of things. Toby and Tribe said to continuously recount your goodies for a person that is showing off about how you have assisted somebody. All right, okay. So that's Toby translating that chaos Siregun. Thank you, Toby, for that. Abby continues saying, anyway, men and women, even in marriage, sign documents or request percentages or whatever of that business. Please don't start crying afterwards about your intellectual property. Okay, that's a good advice from Abby there. Abby continues, exactly, Vivi is so good yet hasn't created anything in years. Please. Vivi also said, and in my own opinion, the daughter is an adult capable of making a choice of who to walk down the aisle, depending on her relationship with her father, because some men trap women's destiny. So, just like I said, there's no point bashing him. And judging by what that interview that Agatha did in 2022, she did not insult Fred in any way. She did not disrespect him in any way. She just did she declared that yes, she married him, that it was better to walk away from an unhappy marriage because it will not yield happy children, and that she will always bear his name. Until today, she's still bearing his name, and she will always be known as the mother of his child or of his children, and she would always be known to him as the mother of his children. So, from what Fred has written here, I actually commend him for not speaking, because nowadays, anything happening in a marriage, people will jump straight to social media. They will throw it out onto social media so that social media, in-laws can talk. But I would say is an odogu, is a man that he did not come out to social media, and then people were not crazy about social media then. So even if he had shared, or even if he had come on social media years ago, people might not have taken him serious. They were like, no, man, go deal with your issues in your house. But from all of the things he said about that Inside Out was his brainchild. But what I'm going to say in this regard is this: nobody goes into a marriage hoping that it will break. So those things claimed were your brainchild. Those things you claimed were your own intellect. You were doing it to somebody whom you love. You were doing it for somebody who gave you two children. You were doing it for somebody whom you both swore till death do you part. So because things go downwards between both of you, does that mean that you want to snatch everything off her? What happened to the love? I believe you did it out of love. And then I'm going to liken this to what Daddy Freeze said in that regard. Daddy Freeze was like, so Daddy Freeze went on to share his own experiences about his own ex-wife, that she wanted to study law at some point, that maybe it was God that wanted to save him, because if he had spoken to his old mom to help her, maybe this kind of divorce that he was able to get away with easy, she will have used all the laws. She will have known the best court to take him to make sure that they take him to the dry cleaner to to take everything off him. And also at some point that she wanted to go into business, that because she did not have he did not have money then. So in a way, the woman that the Freeze's ex-wife made attempts to better her career, to better her life, but as a husband, that the Freeze did not provide those things to her. And him reflecting, he was reflecting now that it was God that wanted to save him, that did not make him speak to his mom about helping her into law school then. It was God that saved him from not having money then to send her to school of business. So which means that it was like men make their wives. So what I'm going to say in this regard is, and I'm going to keep saying this. Let me recommend. Abby said, because some Abby said exactly. Vivi, we know daughters that don't have good relationship with their dad. We still reach out to them to walk them down the house. She clearly didn't want that. Well, we don't know that yet, oh Abby. We don't know that yet. Zeno, I just heard Banga. Abby, Oria, go and freeze some banga, and you have to send me some in a via royal mail. Freeze it for 2 days and send me some banga, because you will just come here and be mentioning food. You come here and be mentioning the soup that I can't prepare. Eh? Zeno said, not a defense, but it's probably hot. She robbed him from walking his daughter. Okay. Zeno continued, I told you and me will be the next. No, it is me and Abby that will be the next saga now. So from what I was saying there, I don't like it when men come out and recount the things they've done for their wife. I don't like it. I don't like the sound of it. Because, like I said, no woman goes into a marriage expecting it to crash. And I don't think it's fair that a man would come out and recount all the things he has done for his wife. Someone who was supposed to be your wife. You come out to recount it. But then, according to his write-up, it was for a purpose. It was for so that the good wife, Agatha, will be able to look after the children. And you agreed to it. If it was not going to go down well with you, or if it did not go down well with you, you wouldn't have agreed with it. Oh, my messing up. Maybe I should stop moving. Maybe I should stop moving. I don't know what's happening with my network now. All of the kids are in there, so they've probably connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to look at this video from another device. Has it cleared up still? As my network cleared, I think it has cleared up. Maybe I will move less. But I think because I'm moving a lot, that's why it's maybe that way. I'm going to try and move less. So let's carry on. So Toby said he is feeling that the wife disrespected him because he isn't as rich as her. Abby also said, I'll be hot too. All right, okay. But Toby, I felt like for them to have agreed at that decision that she should continue with Inside Out. It was for a purpose. And for the fact that the wife was able to achieve the purpose of what it was meant for, there shouldn't be this. Because the way he was talking in that write up, it felt hot, it felt angered, It went on to list all the names of the people. So that's just pretty much him saying that he did the most marriage. And that's why I said I don't quite agree with when men come out and recount all the things they have done for their wives, because you were both married. You did it because you loved her. So now, if things did not work out the way it was meant to have worked out between both of you, does that mean you're going to take everything back from her? Because at the end of the day, you agreeing to her continue with Inside Out, you agreeing to help her set up Inside Out was for a purpose. So now, because you're no longer married, you now want to take it off from her. I agree with what is said earlier on, that maybe they should have signed some sort of documentation to say if the worst come to the worst, this is going to be split 50-50 amongst us because it's my brainchild. Maybe something like that should have been put in place. Is my network still clear? Live stream at this time of night. I've never had issues with live stream at this time of night, but my network is just messing up. I'm going to continue anyway. You guys should listen to the voice. So I don't know what could have been happening, because he said that his daughter came to him and brought him drinks and he already gave his consent. What could have happened that he was not the one who walked down the daughter? I really don't understand what could have happened, because it made it sound like there was a good relationship between him and his daughter and that they lived in the same city. They lived in the same city of London. So it's not as if maybe it was far away from where the daughter is that he was not able to attend the wedding. You know what? For the fact that the ex-wife has not come out to say anything, it's really, really hard to judge this matter. And in cases where I've seen something like this happening, it's only in cases whereby the father is an absent father. If the father was absent the entire stage of the girl growing up, then the child might decide to be the one saying, "No, I don't want him on my wedding day. Yes, I'm going to tell him I'm getting married so I could seek his consent, but I don't want him there." But we don't know that if he was, if he was an absent father or not. And guys, let me know, because obviously we already had this conversation from the beginning there. Abby said, "Is it thinking after all I have done to assist in your career, now you think you exactly?" That's how I felt it was with that write up, Toby. So I felt that if it is not about him regretting, or if it's not about him saying what you've just written there, Toby, you should have just gone straight to the fact that you should have just gone straight with this write up that, "Oh, how can you walk down my daughter down the aisle while I'm still alive?" But it is really not only about Agatha walking their daughter down the aisle. It's much more than that. You all read from that write up. It said, "Oh, she's now my brainchild made the good wife the billionaire." So he is claiming that whatever it is that Agatha has belongs to him. So I really don't want to delve much into this because Agatha has not come out to say anything. I don't think Agatha is going to come out to say anything. Hence why I felt like Fred shouldn't have started with all those came out, how it was the brain behind the matter. So for the fact that it started from there, it means that it wants part of Inside Out. Abby said, "Hey, yeah, sorry, I was missing my mom. I said, let me enter Delta State." All right, okay. Abby said, "I feel like the daughter didn't want him. They just didn't want him. Maybe, but it would be lovely if, you know what, all these Gen Z children, she might not come out though, because that's that's probably a decision she made on her own. And maybe the daughter should have let the father know, so that the father will know that it is not the mother. Because you know what, I know African parents, even though maybe what happened was the decision of the daughter, the father would have expected the mother to try and change the mind of the daughter and say, "Ah, this man na your father." Oh, because according to Fred, Chika, the daughter needs yeah, she already sought the consent of the father, and Fred said he already gave his blessings because she and her husband to be brought drinks to him and he already gave them his blessing that they could get married. So as a father, he will be expecting that they will send him an invite. But him not getting an invite, I feel is down to the daughter. Because I wouldn't want to think that the ex-wife would ask the daughter not to invite her own father to her wedding. Toby said, does the daughter have a stepdad or did she have a simple? I think from the video, it was just like a cut, maybe like a. Let me look at. I saw a video. Let me watch it. Let's watch it so that we know where exactly they got married. I saw a video. So it looks like it was in a registry. And there was no, they've not showed us the from the beginning. So it looks like it was in a registry. I don't think it's in a church. It's in a registry. Yeah, it's like a court. It's in a registry. So it will have been the decision of the daughter. I don't want to believe that the wife, his ex-wife, would not want him there. I don't think it's the decision of the ex-wife. And the way Fred has gone on with this write-up, he has written it as if, he's pointing his fingers at the good wife, which is Agatha. So let me finish reading Toby's comment. Toby said, does the daughter have a stepdad or does she have a simple court wedding without a lot of people? So from the video that I've just seen here, it seems it's a registry. So there's not a lot of people. From the look of that video, there's not a lot of people in there. Are father and daughter close? That is a question we are asking ourselves now. Was Fred there? Was Fred in the life of Stephanie? Because there's no father that will be in the life of our daughter, and such daughter will be getting married. The father will be the first person to receive an invite. But from what Fred has said there, he did not even get an invite. Talk more say he didn't go know where the location be, or talk more of the time. So because maybe the daughter thought she had already done a part by introducing that to the husband. I'm guessing she just didn't give him the wedding. I think so. I think this decision of him not being there was made by the daughter. And I don't want to believe that Agatha was the one who decided. Chika said that was all she needed from the daughter. Igbo tradition places premium on that. Yes, she already got her father's consent because according to that write-up there by Fred, he said she came to him with her husband to be and they brought drinks. And he gave them his blessing that yes, they could marry. So I guess he's already giving them what is needed. But Fred is angry at the fact that it's an abomination in Igbo land that it was Agatha that walked her down the aisle. So Igbo people is over to you now in the house. And with that being said, I was doing a live stream sometimes last week where I said there's a family friend of ours who's divorced and whose daughter was getting married. Obviously, his ex-wife moved on. She remarried. She has another husband. And then their daughter was getting married. And on their wedding day, his own ex-wife was sitting side with the new husband. And he felt a bit out of place because each time they said something about the father, or each time his own daughter needed something, she was always going to the stepfather. And in my head, I was like, you were probably not in the life of that girl, because if you were in her life, trust me, now where your ex-wife sit down, you self go sit down, she will fight to keep that space beside her mother for you. Zeno said his son got married in 2023 and they were both exactly. So that was why I'm a bit like, it couldn't have been Agatha that made this decision. It's probably the daughter that said she doesn't want the father there. So we won't get to the bottom of this until Agatha herself comes out, and I don't think she's going to come out and say anything. Zeno said it's not Igbo. Fred is my uncle. He's Isoko. He's from Delta State now, Abi. We will still put Delta under Igbo. Abi, is that not how we do it? So one thing I detest from that I do not like from what Fred has said in all of this is the fact that it started with Inside Out was his brainchild. Yes, you started it, but who was the host? Who was the host? I dislike when men, if there's any fight between them and their wife, they start with this, I did this for you, I did this for you, I did this for you. If I had not done it, you will have been this. If I had not done it, you will have been that. I don't like when men do that. My husband did that once at times. And see, when it starts that, now only green light I dey see. Red light, I know they see red lights. My husband does that to me as well. And when he does that, I like explode. I explode. And me, I'll just reply him that, okay, if that's the way, okay, oh yeah, Kukuma, turn me back to that 18-year-old you met 20 years ago. Turn me back to that 18-year-old. Because if I've not followed you, the 5 beautiful children I gave you, that you are telling me now that they are your lives, you will not have them now, Abby. So when it's one of the things that my husband does, that at times I'll be like, how did I end up with this man? He does it a lot. And I've said it to him several times. And I keep saying it to him that, come, if you keep doing that, you one day you just wake up, you will not find my single t-shirt in this house anymore. I always tell him that. He thinks I'm joking, but it upsets me when he says that to me. And if I'd not done this, if I'd not done that, do you think you'll be here? And I'm like, seriously? Because at the end of the day, when a woman is pushing for something, when a woman does not want to stay dependent on you, that man should be happy that, oh, okay, she wants to be making a bit of money. So that way she could help me. Men don't think it that way. Men often think that when women start making money, that you can't control them. But then women are not there to be controlled. Let me read comments, guys. So Chika said the daughter is exposed to the English translation. Absolutely, you are right, Chico. I will have the impetus to take that decision. Absolutely. See, even here in the UK, when children are getting married, they will tell their parents that, oh, we are only inviting 100 guests. And it is the children that will be telling their parents how many guests they need to bring from their side, how many friends guests they need to bring, because everything is down to calculation. It's not like in Nigeria that you do over and bed that everybody Mogbomoya will be there. No, wedding is not like that here in the UK. Oh. There was a couple that got married in my church. I've known her for years. When she got married, I was not invited. Though the wedding was announced in the church, but I did not receive a personal invite. Those whom she wanted to be there, she gave them personal invites. She only catered for 100 people, not 101. And that is how weddings are here in the UK, especially with all the children that grew up here. If it is 100 people they have invited, it is 100 people they want to cater for. They don't want 101. They don't want 102. So I don't want to believe this is the situation with this girl. But it would be lovely to know why she excluded her dad on her wedding day. It would be lovely to know why her mother walked her down the aisle when her father is still alive. I mean, she could have asked her brother. I've seen cases when the father is no more and there's no any elder or immediate male adult in the family. If the bride has a brother, the brother will walk her down the aisle. It would be lovely to know why she did that, because the way Fred has written this right up now, Fred is making it look like it's Agatha that made it up because it was Agatha who walked her down the aisle. Let me read comments. Zeno said Isoko is very different from Igbo. All right, okay. Me, I don't know the difference. So I don't, you know how in Yoruba we have Edo. I mean, we have Ondo State people. We have all these people. So I just put people under that category. Thank you, Zeno. Adebipe said this is a very deep and sad situation. Our daughter or ex-wife will need to come out and say something before we can get to exact. So that's why I don't want to go deeper and blame him. But the only thing I felt was not right in this write-up is the fact that it started from when, like, what he has done, because I want to believe that Agatha also contributed to the marriage at one point, because it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. And for men who comes out and say, oh, it was my brainchild, as men who tell them, if I don't bring you abroad, this is that. If I did not bring you abroad, will you be able to do this? For men who do that, they need to understand that if you have not done it, somebody else will have done it, or even done it better than you. I just want to put that out to some men who do that. Some others will say, if I had not brought you abroad, do you think your life will be like this? If you have not done it, somebody else will have done it. Somebody else will have done it. Zeno said some women overdo it too. Yes, that's not a lie, Zeno. It's not a lie. Between you and I, we know, we know, we know. Okay. Vivi said, "Mom of five, I hate it with my exile. I'm the same here as well. Like it's one of the things that my husband does that that annoys me, and I keep malice a lot. I'm not gonna lie. See, once he does it like that to me, me, I will just stop talking to him. I will stop talking. I won't say anything. No, I won't say anything. And then the following day, be like, I used to angry at me, and I'll be looking at him like, "Ṣé kò tó torí? Kò tó torí àbí? Kò tó torí?" Because if me, I start giving you the same energy, if I start giving you the same vibe, would you like it? Would you like it? Zeno said they attained the goal and now step on the men's head. Oh, respect has to go. Exactly, respect has to go both ways. And for me, I feel like in their time there must have been a reason why they had an agreement where it said that she should continue with the inside outs. And after the divorce, if he actually felt that he needed something, he needed to be a part of that inside out, he could have just reached out to Agatha and maybe they should draw a plan. Okay, because I started this show, because I did this, I gave you the contact, I do this, you're still getting favors based on my name. I want a cut. But he said it there that because he did not ask, that they felt that because he did not ask, he does not want. But if not asked, how would you have thought that? How would you have expected that to think that you want a share of what you were able to make up, or because you were able to? How would you have expected her to know that you want a cut from the things you put in place for her for a purpose when both of you were loved up? She wouldn't have known. And yes, maybe the woman too greedy. Because how can the man do all of that thing for you? You are making money, making money, making money, making money, growing big, 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 and you're not giving something to the ex-husband. Maybe a 10% turnaround yearly or a 20% of anything that comes in. Oh, my lovely Shade. Happy Shade is here. Shade is back. Welcome back, Shade. It's good to see that pink love heart. Is it pink or purple? It's lovely to see that purple heart there. Thanks for being here. So it's deeper than what we have read. I mean, from what we have read, it's deeper. So I'm me talking, I'm just using one mouth, half a mouth to talk. I'm using half a mouth to talk. Okay. And this goes on to show that from what he has said so far, women should learn not to depend on their husbands. So before you are even planning of marriage, make sure you have something doing. Make sure you have something doing. And now that all these Gen Z are asking that, what are you bringing to the table? Women are bringing much more to the table, apart from maybe a career or a profession or a job, because we all heard how women pass away by from giving birth, taking after baby, looking after children. It's not easy. We're still talking about some people who said they enjoy cooking every day. It's fine. And there's some wives who married and they would say their husbands only want them to cook freshly cooked food, soup every day. How is that possible? Women bring much more than whatever they think they have to the table. It's not just about money, job, but it is very, very important. And I'm preaching this, like I said, it's my 20 years wedding anniversary today. Okay. When I married my husband, I had no career. I only have my high school certificate. Yeah. My diploma in law that was meant to do in last year, I did not even complete it. So I can't even claim for that diploma. I can't even claim that certificate now. I did not have any sort of income. I did not have any job whatsoever when I married my husband. But I knew what I wanted. And before we got married, I told him that, come, me, I want to go to school. Oh. I want to go to school. And when I was talking about this, I want to go to school, I was already pregnant with my first child. But still, I was making him, like, I was singing like a song. I want to go to school. I want to go back to school. Because that was one thing what my parents wanted for me. Okay. It was, in fact, my dad showed my husband Shege. Let me I can see my forehead being shining there. My dad showed my husband Shege because my dad was every parent want their child to go to school, okay? And I'm sure I've shared my story of what happened. Like, obviously, my dad is one of those African parents who does not believe in sending female children to school. But when he saw me being persistent, like I was writing all of my exams, I passed them, and it's time for him to give me money to go. He's telling me he does not have money. So his ideology is not to send me to high school. But when he now saw his other friends whose female daughters are going to university, it was too late by the time he changed his mind to send me. Because me already, I already follow man. I already followed man. And the man I followed, I told him this is what I want. If you're not going to be able to let me do that, maybe I should just be on my own. You know, and as the young girl that I was, young naive girl, he was like, okay, he wants a woman who's gonna, he wants a woman who he want to settle down with, who's gonna make him happy. And for me, now, hardly would you find a man that you meet today, I will tell you that he's looking for a wife or he's not looking for a girlfriend. When I met my husband, that was what he told me. He said he wants a wife, not a girlfriend. And for me, I was happy. I'm not about to be tossed about between multiple men before I finally settle down with one. Hence why my sisters always tell me that I don't have street experience. What is street experience? Yes, that's my sister. My sister tells me I don't have street experience because you've not been with multiple men. That's what she meant. That me, I don't have street experience. But I'm happy with the way I went about with my life, and I'm happy with where I am now. So, with that being said, I'm advising you as a young woman, before you even start thinking of marriage, make sure you have something doing. So the man will not tell you exactly what Fred is telling Agatha now, that he was a brainchild of how she became a billionaire. Let me recommend. Vivi said, I hate people. I hurt people that recount their deeds. You sound so entitled, yes, as if it's only you that can do for others. Everyone has someone that's done something for them. Absolutely, you're right, Vivi. And they being patient, mine does that too. Can't just phantom that. Honestly, being patient, see my own start like this. My head just dey bang 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 bang. It's only green light I see. I don't see red lights. Only green light I see. I don't see red light. Vivi said, my dad has that habit too. So it's something that I've grown to detest passionately since childhood. Okay. It's a, like it annoys me. And I think at some point when I left home, my dad realized what he has done wrong raising me. So it was so much support with my younger sisters when they gained admission. It was contributing to them going to uni. And I sitting out here, I solidly backed my two sisters. I was right behind them, gidigba, as their mama and their papa through university. Two of them at the same time. Because I said to my dad that, okay, you know what, these two girls, they will go to school. Oh. If it means that half of my salary I'll be sending it, they must go to school. He saw, I think he realized what he did wrong with me by not allowing me go, because I gained admission to university when I just turned 18. Then, 18, 17, you are going into uni. But my dad held me back. He said he does not have money. And I remember there's this Malaja then who was like, Mr. This, that. That your daughter is a beautiful girl. Oh. Now that boys are not chasing her yet, you better send her to university. Oh. Let her go to university. Oh. Because if a female child is telling you she wants to go to school, and you, the parents, you are not encouraging her, there will be a time that when men start talking to her, she will lose concentration on that school. She will start following men. And in my own case, when I realized that my dad was not forthcoming, me, I follow man. I followed man. I will never forget that Alaja ever. But still, my dad still said he doesn't have money. And I was like, okay, if that's the case, me, I know what to do. And I did what I wanted to do. And I packed my bags. Looking back, I did not regret what I did. Because if I had not done what I did then, maybe I wouldn't have been married by now. Maybe I wouldn't even have children. Maybe I wouldn't even have 2 degrees under my belt. Maybe I wouldn't have done what I've been able to achieve in my life till date. Maybe. Because at times, yes, our parents are there to guide us, but there are some decisions you will have to make, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one to live your life on your own. Um, Chika said, boy, has earlier said that it was his contribution to raising the children. Okay, it was his contribution to raising the children. So why is it now sounding as if he wants something? Because from that message, it said, from that write-up, it said, oh, just because I did not ask, she felt that I did not want or need. Let me go and find that write-up again so that I'm not speaking from the wrong side of the mouth. So Let me find where he wrote that. I can't find where, but there was somewhere where he said that just because he did not ask, the good wife felt like, I can't find where exactly in that write up, but there was somewhere in that write up where he said that just because I kept quiet, just because he did not ask, the good wife felt like, okay, this is that. I can't find it just now because I want to round up this live stream. In another 10 minutes, we'll finish. I don't want it to be too long. So Shadi said, why is it that all these Nigeria clowns will do rubbish and cry? Our Shadi is back. Shadi, we don't know. So let's kulu temper with Fred now until we hear more from either Agatha or their daughter. Because I don't want to believe that Agatha would intentionally not want him to, because somebody just like their son got married last year and they were both there. So what changed? What changed in that time that meant that he was not the one who walked down his daughter? What changed? And the person we are talking about is an adult. The daughter is an adult, so she's able to make her own decision, her own mind as to what she wants and what she does not. But what she does not want should not be the presence of her father. Abby said, Shadi said his announcement should be sent to his child and not exactly. That was why I felt like even if it's going to come out here, it should have been maybe just obviously being upset about, oh, my daughter, this is that. I'm thinking he's using that to shame the wife. But then he's not only done that alone, he's gone on to talk about inside out how he was a brainchild, how it was his name, his ex-wife was using and is still using to get daddy. How it was his name that she was still using to get benefit and stuff. Eh? So it's, to me, it feels like it just want to shame her because I don't see a reason. You've been quiet all these years and you've not brought it onto social media. Why bring it now to social media? Why bring it now to social media? That's the part I don't understand. Um, Shadi said his behavior says why this action was taken. Okay. Toby said husbands also benefit from their wife's success as it reduces the burden of exactly. But some of our men don't understand it that way. That's why they will say, when it comes to women's money, it's now my money. Which woman does not call her own money my money? Tell me, which woman does not call her own money my money? And then her husband's money, our money. Which woman does not say that? Which woman does not say that? If he also became a billionaire after the divorce, it might not has been hot as he currently is, possibly because he's not featured in a lot of movies for a long time now. Like I've not seen him on the screen for a very long time. Only God knows. But he remarried, he started from the scratch again. That's what some men don't understand. No. So you were once married, you already have two children from that relationship. You already have two children from that relationship. You now went to, so that marriage broke down. You already had two kids, so that marriage broke down. You now went with another woman to go and start the journey of childbearing again. I don't understand how some men think. I don't understand how some men think. For Agatha, I don't think Agatha has had any other children after those two. Why is it that men, once they leave a marriage or once a relationship breaks down, a relationship they already have children in, once they leave and go somewhere else, they go and start from the scratch again, go and start doing pushing pram, changing nappies? Why start that journey of childbearing again when you already have two children that should be your life, that you should focus on? Why? This is a genuine question because most marriages I've seen that's broken down, you will see such man move on to another woman and have children and have more children. Why? Why? It's just a genuine question because I've seen that happen a lot. In fact, I know a few. No, their previous wife, they left. They leave their previous wife where they have two or three children together. If you look at the woman did not move on, and she did not have extra children other than the one she has had. But the man moved on and keeps having babies. Hello, Furo TV. How are you? Long time since, and they'll keep having more babies. Why can't they just say to God that, okay, God, for these children that you've blessed me with from my first marriage, no more children. But no, they will move on and start the journey of childbearing again. Some of them, maybe their oldest child is 21, and then they remarry, they start having babies again. Like, I'm just asking, oh, I'm just asking. But women don't tend to do that. In most cases, women don't do that. It is men that do it. Shadi said, okay. Shadi said, y'all will be shouting the same thing soon. How quickly people forget. Exactly. Look at the case of y'all as well. Do you know how old his oldest daughter is? His daughter. Do you know how old she is? He now went to go and start a tent with another woman, and that one has given him two babies. Like, why are you starting the journey of childbearing again? I be the wife where you live, where you can't live for her, go cheat on. She no born you picking. She gave birth to four children, four for you. You now followed another woman. You are now making babies again. Now men they suffer themselves. That's why if you look at Nollywood today, it is the men that are suffering the most amongst them. The women are doing much better than the women in Nollywood. If you look at those Nollywood actors, the women are doing better. I understand women have their own other things that they, that they could use to make sure they're better. Okay. Some of them are smart enough, they invest, they have business, and some of them might just be lucky to have a sugar daddy or somebody that is looking after them. With that being said, a woman who's left her husband, most of those Nollywood, you will not see any of them that's moved on to go and start having more babies. But the men, they will jump onto another woman and start having more babies. And then when their money finishes, they will say it is that ex-wife that caused them. Meanwhile, they are the one at the bottom of their problem. Toby said he could feel that he spent the majority of his time helping her fulfill her dreams instead of chasing it. And I understand that clearly. And that was why I said when he realized that they were starting to have issues, that was when you should have called in the dry cleaners, the lawyers. Let's put something in place should in case this marriage doesn't work. Hopefully, we are not open, but like I said, nobody goes into a marriage with the hope that it's going to break. Okay. Maybe when he realizes there's a crack going on, you should have just bring in the dry cleaners. Okay, can you put a percentage this inside out? This is what I've brought in, this is what I've brought in, this is what I've brought in. What am I entitled to based on what I have done with inside out? The lawyers will come to terms. So all of this talk of him going back again, because if I was Agatha and I read that part of him going back to the epistle of Inside Out, I will cut all ties with him. Totally. I will cut all ties with him, especially when you've not come across to her that you want something. If that was me, if I was Agatha, I would cut all ties with him. That okay, all these years you've not spoken to me that you will. Yeah, I understand that, and I don't think I've ever seen any interview where Agatha has come out to blast him or name call him or call him an absentee. I've never seen any interview, but if there's any, you guys let me know. But I don't think I've seen anything from Agatha to say, oh, he was not providing or he was a useless man. I've never seen anything like that from her. So why now think this is the time for you to come rubbish her? All these 20 years that you said you've kept quiet, did you reach out to her and say, okay, by the way, Agatha, remember how we started Inside Out? You've made lots of money from it. I need a cut. Maybe you not be there somebody there together before, and you've got kids in between both of you. You should have been able to have such conversation. You should have been able to have such and if you think you don't want to approach her to have such conversation with her, you can just send a lawyer, send her a letter. But what do I know? Because I know the inside the relationship with them, but from what he has written, I felt it's bittered that it was his own mind game. It was his own brainchild that made Agatha a billionaire, that placed her on the pedestal she is today. And hence why that the priest said that men should stop setting up their wife. Like that the priest, you can't be saying that. You can't be saying that. So as you were saying in your live stream yesterday that just as taste board now, you can't tell me that you've not contributed into the growth of taste board, and taste board has contributed. Yes, you both, like that's why it says that in a marriage, if one person is pouring into a basket, as time goes on, that one person that is pouring will get drained, and then there will be friction. Hence why it is important that both of you poured into the same basket. You know, one person might pour more than the other, but it's better that both of you are chipping in, not just one person. Hence why, as a woman, make sure you have a job. You have something that is fetching you money. And don't let any other man kogbo see lori that, once you are married, though, that your corporate job, you must leave it. Don't leave any corporate job, oh. Don't let any man tell you that, once we are married now, you will have to leave that corporate job. Do not, read my lips. Do not leave that corporate job, because if you leave that corporate job, shege se lori, you will suffer. You will suffer. As a woman, young girl, young lady looking to get married soon, make sure you have your own source of income, because there's nothing sweeter than waking up early in the morning, going to work. You dressing up, being who you want to be, and you dressing up to go into work, be who you want to be. It's not going to stop you from being a good wife. And same thing happens to the man also. Have something doing before you want to carry the market of marriage. Make sure you are solid, gidigba. Okay? Make sure you are solid, gidigba, and be prepared. If you don't have Wesha, I don't think I've seen any woman who wants to marry a woman. I don't think I've seen a woman who wants to marry a man who has nothing. And I won't be surprised, because we've seen cases of women who paid for their own marriage. And then you come and start hearing story like the story of Toto Dike. Toto Dike who paid money to marry her. Toto Dike who paid, buy Ashwebi, buy everything with Churchill. Toto Dike who funded the bill of our own marriage. I've never heard it before. Let me read comment and we start rounding up, guys. So Vivi said, as if Agatha has not put any effort. I've already read that. What's this Ola saying? Guys, now they marry for money, no time. If both sides want to marry for money, so be it now. Who want to marry into sufferness? Who want to marry into sufferness? I beg you. Shadi said the man is clearly a narcissist. Choice is not yet to come and hear narcissistic sociopath. It's the I did it exactly. I don't like when men do that. I did this. I did this. I did this. I don't like when they come in that direction. Because if the woman come out and say her own part of the story now, this man will enter house. This man will enter house. But it would be lovely to know why what happened. That the daughter, that Agatha walked down their daughter down the aisle. From what Fred has said, that they were in the same city. So it's not as if maybe it was occupied or something, that he did not even know the venue nor the dates, which means that he was not given an IV. I'm going to read comments and we'll round up, guys. Allah said, would they find parasitism? That is a burial. For security, they say, Furo TV said. Shadi said, it needs to get with the program. Titles have changed. That's another slogan there, Shadi. Women are not waiting for one Juliana anymore. Exactly. Women have woken up, okay? Chika said he may not have had any other sources of contributions to training case. You are right. And I think from that write-up, it seems as if then that, because from what you said, that that insider was meant to be what would be in place. That insider was, she was allowed to continue inside out for a purpose. And I think that was for, looking after the family, looking after the children. So if she's actually used inside out to cater for the children, nobody has even come out. We've not even heard that before. It was Agatha, it was Fred himself that's come out to tell us. So is he now telling us that, okay, that job that he helped her get started, that it was Agatha that was fending for the family and not him? Vivi said kids is different, hence why they go and start their new families. That's true. See, my oldest daughter now, she's already showing us shaggy. She wants to do her own thing, her own way. We're still talking about, so when she was in first year, she was living at the hostels, university halls, and that university hall was very expensive. For a year, we paid £7,500 for our first year because she was schooling outside of Glasgow. So it would be easier for her to commute. Hence why we say, okay, this is the town you are studying, live there. But £7,500 out of our salary every year is a lot, and that is excluding keep up feeding and all of that. So she was like, oh, you know what, mom, once I get into second year, I will move home. So throughout entire second year, she was going from home, and the city where she's schooling If you take the coach, it's an hour. If you take the trade, it's less than an hour. But you know all these children, ole, soft life, that's what they like. At times you have lecture at 12 o'clock. My daughter will be still be making up at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, you have lectures at 12 o'clock and you are still at home at 9 o'clock. That if that was me, I would have left home since 8 o'clock. It's better you arrive early, stay in the library. You can sleep in the library if you are tired. And then when it's time for you to go for lecture, you will go. And then when she's not running late, she'll start panicking. She'll be she doesn't text me, it's her dad that she will text. Both of them, they know how they do with each other. I'm running late, and then the dad will be the one calling Uber for her. She knows she can't call me to do that because I will have said you have lecture for 12 o'clock. Why have you not left home? 9 o'clock, you're still painting eyes. So second year she went to uni from home from she went to uni from home for second year. So she's now in third year. She's still going from home, and I've been hearing her having this conversation with her other sister that she wants to move back closer to uni. And halls is expensive. Things are getting expensive. So halls now, university hall apartments, it's like maybe 8,500 pounds yearly. If I have that 8,500 pounds yearly, I'll go and get her a mortgage. I'll go and get her a mortgage rather than paying that every year to rent. So now I said to her, okay, rather than wanting to rent from the university hall, why don't we find a flat? Find a flat, maybe a few of the girls in your department, if you can share a flat. So I was like, okay, leave it with me. Let me ask another lady who often advertises flats in various cities. I was just talking to that person, and my daughter was like, Mom, I will need to hurry up because the one with the uni, I need to make a decision in 2 days. She needs to make a decision to accept the university halls in 2 days. And she's just telling me. She just told me about the fact that, okay, she's been saying that she wants to move closer. She wants to rent a flat. And I'm like, all right, okay, you're 20. Fair enough, okay? But let's find you a flat rather than going to go and pay 8,500 pounds to university every year for accommodation. But my daughter, no. And me, I've said, when she told me this afternoon, I was reading a message this afternoon, like, you know what? I just replied that saying, do what you want. That was what I said. I said, do what you want. Maybe you want to go and be living in the university house. Me, 1 naira. I won't give you. Do what you want. So that's why I said she's already sharing us shege. That children of this in this world is to a certain degree they will listen to you. What they want to do is already in their own mind. What they want to do is already in their own mind. So I just said any man telling you not to work is a working red flag. Young ladies, be listening. Women should run. Run 440. Furo TV said it's a pity, my sister. Now so. Shadi said that is how abuse starts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Toby said that is why it is important to have therapy after divorce. You don't hold on to anger and resentment for 20 years. I agree with you, Toby. And I think with this that's happened now with our daughter gets married, I think Fred should go seek therapy. You should go because from what you wrote, even when I was reading it, I was putting in Jackson, like how it would have felt with him writing that. Because I could feel it like, oh, this is deep, like this is deep. 2 minutes, guys, and we shall round up. Shadi said, this is a problem in Nigeria today. All they care about is marriage instead of advising their children to look at character, behavior, religion, and having one's income. Yeah, you're right, Shadi. And don't depend on a man and vice versa. May is a good example of a woman who was able to move on after Juliana. You're absolutely right, Shadi. Guys, that's me rounding up. So I'm hoping that Agatha will come out and say something, or their daughter will come out and address this. If not, I hope those of either you're waiting to get married, you're dating to marry to get married, or whatever. I hope you've learned one or two things from him. Who for you would you have been able many habits? And that's where I disagree with that. If saying that men should stop being their wife. So what of marriage then? If both of you are not going to control that's growth, so it is one person that should be doing. If or as rich as he is his wife not doing? Is his wife not doing something? And most times they are even though both entity at the same time at times. Look at Shadi Okoya. Without Baba is rich today. Yes, let's believe that okay, she's managing Baba's business, but is she not doing something? How rich those one is it, do you know how rich your Okoyas are? But Shadi Okoya is still. So guys, I'm going to round up now. I just want to wish all the best For him to have held up onto that for that long, I agree with Toby that he should seek therapy. He should seek therapy. And for us netizens that he has asked questions, we would love to know why his daughter decided that her mom should be the one to walk her down the aisle. And why did the mother, Agatha, convince her to change her mind? You know what, this is a this is a duty of the father. And for the fact that all in the same city, the same, invite him. Even the Baba said will have understood that they just want to walk her down and then find after that. It doesn't even have to wait after ceremony. But hey ho, what do we know? We learn every day. Don't know me, I don't know it all. I'm still learning. Like I said, it's my 20 years anniversary. Me, I'm a stubborn Ijebu girl. Hmm? I don't know it. I don't have any spice. Made me stay in my husband's house till now. Yes, we do have raspberries. So we do have raspberries, correct one. We do, but I'm still here. So we are learning every day. Nobody knows this or this. Nobody has a dictionary. Nobody has a Bible to good marriage or a good relationship. We all learn and unlearn. This is what should be out there. Anyway, guys, this is the end for today. And to finish now, because it's work tomorrow. If you've watched this channel till now and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section as regards to what we've discussed in this video. Feel free to leave your opinion and thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe if you've not yet done so. Share this video, turn on the post notification, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow evening. I've got a lot of topic I really want us to discuss, and I'm going to schedule a live stream for tomorrow, 7 p.m. West African time, and I hope you. So that's why I said turn on your post so that once that live stream goes on, you will get notified. And thank you so much, all of my it's good to have you. Thank you so much, Abby, for being my mentor since morning. This is our third live day, and Abby has done a great job today. And welcome to my channel, Toby. And there's a few other few faces that are new here. Welcome to you all. Welcome back again, and Furo TV for coming in. Adebimpe, you're welcome again. And who's here? The Hola, welcome to my channel. Thank you, Vivi, for coming. You're great. Thank you to who did I say from the beginning there? Thank you to Cindy as well. Vivi, thank you, Zeno. These are my OGs. Thank you, Chika, for being here as well. Thank you so much, and everyone, and I hope I see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely evening and Independence evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye.